Now we're ready to create some pages, and I'm going to go to the tutorial example because I want to explain the difference between pages and posts, which you should have read about, but just to make sure we're all on the same page, I want to make it very clear what the difference is. So here's the tutorial example, and we have across the top a few pages. About is a page. When we go to that page, there's content here, and there's just one big piece of content. Everything on this side of the page is part of the About section. Same with resume. If we go to resume, it's a page. There's a bunch of content, but it all goes together. Now, blog is posts. So see how this is just a little snippet of a post, and it says continue reading, and I can click continue reading to see the full example, and then it shows me who wrote this blog post. This is the concept of posts. So pages are like typical web pages. One concept for every page. Posts are for blogs. I'm going to repeat that. Posts are for blogs. So blogs, which you read about, are this sort of continually moving stream. People expect blogs to be updated constantly. They expect blogs to have a lot of content. They expect blogs to have a lot of different kinds of content in one area. So let's look at that BSU Journals and Workshops website that I put together. And you'll see that we have a lot of pages. If people want to know about our events, they can come here and click, and they'll see a page that's all about that event. Everything on here is about that event. But if they want to see our blog, let's see, oh, do we even have the blog on here anymore? Yeah, Workshops blog, there it is. You'll see that this is a lot of different stories that are all stacking up. So the newest story from November 13th is here. The older stories at the bottom, see how this one's from August 16th, 2011? So this is a blog. We have posts. Each of these things is a post. And every time we add a post, it goes to the blog automatically. So that's the difference between pages and posts. Pages are content like what you have up here, information that you want to be around constantly. Blogs have posts, which are more like articles in a news site. These are things that are constantly being written, that are being added to the site, that are new all the time. And they stack up here in the blog, and if I want to read one, I have to click it to read it. And then I can see other things in the blog. I can leave comments here, and then I can see other things in the blog. So pages are for content that stays the same almost all the time, and posts are for blogs. So let's make pages. We're going to go to pages. You can just click on it, and we're going to click add new. Now we're not going to write all the pages, we're just going to create them, and we're going to come back. So let's make the about page. We're going to give it the title about. Whatever we want to be on the page, we would write here. This is what's called our WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. WYSIWYG. It's basically Microsoft Word. This should look really familiar to you. We have bold, italic, underline. You can make quotes. You can align things. You've seen all these kinds of things before. And so this is the WYSIWYG editor where we're going to actually write whatever goes on the page, but we're going to come back and do that later. There's a couple other things we need to do on this page. Over to the right, you'll see a page attributes section, and we can tell WordPress what kind of page we want this to be. If we want this to be a contact form, we can tell it to be a contact form. If we want it to be our portfolio, we can tell it to be our portfolio. If we want it to be where our posts go, we can call it blog. Now the about page is just a regular page, so we're going to stick with default template, and we're going to press publish. And then at the top, we're going to do add new, and we'll just go through these. So we have about, resume, so we're going to create resume. Now, if you need to know how to make these dashes across the top of the letter, you're going to press Option E at the same time. So Option and E at the same time, then press E, and that's going to fill it in. So I'll show you again. I'm holding Option, and now I press E, and it makes the line. I let go of both buttons, and now I press E again. So I've got the resume, and again, this is just a default template. It's nothing special, just a regular page. So we're going to update it, and then click Add New. And now we need the portfolio. So let's make a page called Portfolio. And this template should be, let me see if I can, this is Portfolio, because that's where we want all of our portfolio items to go. So we're going to publish that. And then we just have blog and contact left. So let's add new. Let's call this blog. In the template, we're going to click blog because this is where we want our blog to go. We're going to publish. And last but not least, we have contact. And this template type is going to be contact form. And we're going to publish that. Okay, so if I go to my site, I'll refresh, and there's pages. Excellent. However, you'll see that there's a home page here, and we don't want that. We just want about, resume, portfolio, blog, and contact. So the way WordPress works is whenever you make pages, it automatically puts them across the top. But we can specify what we want to be there, and that's what we're going to do in the next video. So the pages are made, and the next thing we're going to do is create this menu across the top so that we can get rid of that home page.